Hi, did you ever stop to wonder why it is that certain food products are very, very common in the store? If you go in the store, you see a lot of products made with corn, with potatoes, with wheat, soy, and a few other products, including dairy. In fact, dairy is so prominent these days that it's hard to buy food that doesn't have dairy in them, which for me is a big problem because I'm 100% lactose intolerant. And there are a lot of other people out there that have one degree or another of lactose intolerance, including my son. But that's not the point here. The point is let's focus on snack foods, the chips and stuff like that. The reason we can buy chips made of corn and wheat and things like that is because the farmers are subsidized by the government. Now, there used to be a lot more farmers than there are now, but big farms took advantage of subsidies, made themselves bigger, then they were selling their products for a lower price than the smaller farms could afford to sell them for, resulting in a lot of smaller farms going out of business. It's called economies of scale in terms of how they could lower their prices, and it worked really well for them, but it worked horribly for a lot of other farms that were relying on the subsidies to keep them going and not having to lower their prices. It was kind of unfair. But this is the reason that we have so much junk food, so much crap that is easily bought because it's so cheap. In fact, in many places, it's easier to buy junk food than it is to buy real food. And it's also less expensive. So, for example, if you went to an area where fresh food is scarce, you might discover that people will choose to buy a bag of chips over an apple because they look at the apple as being so small and they look at, oh, the bag of chips is going to be nutritious. Or not, I'm sorry, not nutritious, but filling. What they don't look at is that the nutrition that's packed into an apple versus the relative lack of nutrition in a bag of chips and the health impact. So they're just looking to fill their bellies. And that results in a lot of malnourishment, that results in a lot of results in a lot of problems with health. So a lot of people end up relying on junk food that's cheaper than fresh food, processed foods that are cheaper than fresh food, because they look at it as convenient, they look at it as filling, and they don't consider, does this have too much sodium? Does this have too much salt? Does this have too much oil? Does this product contain things in it that might be bad for my health? Does this product contain in it things that I need to have good health? So they don't, a lot of people don't think about that. They think with their tongues. They think with the size of their stomachs, and some of them have really big stomachs these days. I mean, I can remember there being some fat people when I was young, but not as many as there are these days. No disrespect to fat people, and I'm a bit overweight myself. But it's gotten a lot worse. And this is partially a problem because when companies are looking to make something cheap, they grab whatever is cheap to make it with. And that means that you're going to get products that are probably not very good for your health. So that's basically it to what I wanted to share with you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day.